beyond all reason. Please just let it go. Let it go, Victor. It is impossible for you to win this war.
Watch me.
You gave him everything he wanted, and betrayed your own daughter to do it. So where is he, Mom, huh? Where's Reg? Reg!
Moving speech, really. Almost Shakespearean, wasn't it?
Hey, my bold and the beautiful fans, welcome back to the channel. And Soapies, grab your origami stars and put your bulletproof vest on, because the bold and the beautiful just served us a paper cut of a meltdown with a side of what in the heck is really going on? You know what? I'm going to give you a few highlights and then we'll get into this wild July 2nd episode. First, we got Sheila Carter looking like she just saw the Grim Reaper when Remy told her about what Luna has been up to. And then Luna went from quirky babysitter to arts and craft assassin real fast, especially, of course, when Steffy realizes that origami was telling her a very grim future. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack the drama. So we kick things off over at the Beach House Daycare, where it really should be renamed Little Lunatics Learning Center after today, where Luna, the artsy menace in a smiley face, Miss Sunshine kind of way, is sweetly sitting with little Hayes. Now, they're folding up one of those little childhood fortune tellers, you know, the ones that say you'll marry your crush or have 10 kids or live in a pineapple or something. But Luna, nah, her version is given CSI preschool with a twist of Final Destination. She's all smiles, telling Hayes that this little project is going to blow his mom's mind. And let me tell you, Steffi's mind does get blown, just not in the Pinterest mom kind of way. More like my child just handed me a paper hit list kind of way. But you know what? We'll get to that. Now, Miss Dillon, the real MVP of the school and clearly the only adult with some sense, announces it's pickup time, and Hayes gives Luna a big thank you, and she dabs a crocodile tear like she just finished filming her final scene in a soap within a soap. Now, Luna murmurs something about how some people don't even get relationships with their kids. And I guess we cue the dramatic piano music and a slow zoom in on her face like she's about to snap and adopt Hayes against his will. You know what? I wouldn't put it past her. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Steffi is being her usual self, talking to Mama Taylor about wedding plans. But Taylor's like, well, wait until life isn't just nuts. And I'm like, sweetie, this is the bold and the beautiful. Y'all will never be able to book a venue without someone pulling out a knife or a paternity test or interrupting your wedding, or maybe somebody walking away from the wedding. Anyway, Steffi's all like, at least the kids don't have to deal with psychopaths. Ma'am, your son right now is literally coming home with what may or may not be a murder threat folded into an origami. Bless her heart. So then Hayes roll in, chipper as ever, talking about how Miss Sunshine, quote unquote, came back to teach origami, and Steffi looks so touched. She's reminiscing about doing that same thing with her girl Phoebe, her sister. Girl, those were simpler times. No kids were drawing stick figures of you with eyes scratched out like a rejected album cover. So they start opening the fortune teller. First a sun, then a moon, and Steffi's like, ooh, maybe I'll get a boyfriend next. No. Taylor looks nervous like she knows darn well Miss Sunshine ain't drawing no boyfriend unless she's holding a machete. And the interesting thing is that when Taylor got to use the origami and did her little fortune, it gave her a big old fat broken heart. Interesting. That's very telling. Maybe Ridge will be waffling again soon back to Brooke. But then Hayes said, no, Mommy, this is for you. And sure enough, they flip one more, and baby, bam, it's a woman with the eyes X'd out. I know she was shocked. Steffi chokes out a, thank you, Hayes. That was cool, while internally calculating how fast she can move and change her name without being tracked down by somebody crazy. Now, Hayes skipped off to his iPad like he didn't just deliver a paper hex. And Steffi says, I think I'm going to have to talk to this Mrs. Sunshine. Yeah, girl, preferably with security and pepper spray. So now Miss Dillon calls right on cue, and Steffi's like, funny, I was just about to call you about that emotionally damaging little art project. But Miss Dillon goes full secret hostage code and said that she'd rather talk about it in person. Now, Taylor's going to watch Hayes while Steffi head over to what she think is a parent-teacher chat and not a horror movie third act. Oh, but don't worry, Luna already got Miss Dillon at gunpoint back at that beach house, holding her hostage like it's a soap version of Misery with origami instead of a sledgehammer. She actually tells her, you did a good job. Ma'am, you're not directing a school play. You're orchestrating a psychological warfare with glue sticks and Crayola markers. And finally, we cut to Il Giardino, where Remy is showing Sheila an innocent-looking paper origami. Sheila's sipping her espresso like she's not sitting on 50 years of felony charges, but even she looks spooked. Now, Remy's worried about Luna, as he should be, and he tells Sheila he ran into her at the firing range, and she was using a picture of Steffi as her target practice. Sheila is actually shuddering. Yeah, Sheila, the same woman who once shot her own son and stuffed people in the meat lockers for fun. Even she thinks Luna may be going too far, which is now, we're really off the rails. Remy tells her that Luna can't shoot to save her life, thank God, but he helped her improve. I swear, yeah, the men on this show are just walking red flags. Why are you coaching your clearly unstable person who, from the internet, took out 2 people on how to load a gun? Sheila's trying to stay calm, but you can see it in her face. She's like, oh no, my psychotic legacy is being upstaged. She's actually upstaging me at this point. So now Luna's abducting teachers, leaving homicidal hints for children, and practicing target shooting with Steffi's face. And we're only halfway through the week. Okay, so there you have it. Yes, Miss Sunshine is not here to teach craft. She got plans, a past, and possibly a silencer. So yeah, we got to tune in tomorrow when it may look like Steffi confronts Luna, and we'll find out if fortune really does favor the bold or if it's just another day in LA. In the loony bin, that's the bold and the beautiful. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. Until the next one, we'll see you all soon. Bye, Soapies.